the Pro Bowl sucked. After watching a few plays and a few picks from the first half, I changed the channel, and I actually forgot it was on. I think when I turned it back, it was a third quarter, and there was like 30 points up by somebody, but there was still no energy on the field. Um, so hear me out. I have a few suggestions. Um, I think the NFL should have the bottom four teams um, play in a college football style championship weekend. Um, let's see. Let's see who the bottom teams would be. Here. The bottom teams would be Jacksonville, Detroit, the Jets, and Houston. Giants are there, four wins. Um, and if there's an issue with the bottom four, they should allow the players and the coaches to vote on who the bottom four are. I just think that that's more fair when it comes to, let's see who would actually play. Um, but the Pro Bowl needs to change. The game is up for debate. I think the Pro Bowl game should be played, not the Pro Bowl, but the championship, the college style championship should be played on Saturday. The game's up for debate. How you want to play the game? Um, I would personally give you an idea. Say, hey, play two quarters would be the whole game, and make it flag football. Have obviously three verse two verse three, and then one verse four. Obviously, the championship gets more points because I want this to be an accumulation over the weekend. Um, but there should also be an incentive for who does win the championship game as well as the third and fourth game. Just because you want them to play hard, I don't feel like there's any energy in the Pro Bowl um, outside of the first three or four steps. And once you break the line and you can make the touchdown, there's no more energy left because nobody's going to stop you. Um, Money's obviously an issue, but I think that if you give teams or players the option to actually choose something that affects somebody, I think that's a better way. It makes it more personal. Um, I personally think that if you're going to do it that way, the winner of like the first game, the championship, the 1 and 2, I think that they should get to uh, pick their bye weeks, or if they really want to, they can pick uh, them a Monday or Thursday night game, or a home or away. Pick one of the just something that gives them an advantage the year before, so that they can so it makes it fun and it gives them a reason to actually play it. Um, then what you should do, just to make it exciting, um, the winner of the consolation game, the three versus four, I think you should give the winner of that team, say like a live video webcam, and put it on the actual the live channel, cable live channel of the Pro Bowl weekend, and let them kind of, have their antics and play while you're watching the game. They can respond to questions. Set up like a thread or a forum where people could submit questions, and then they can answer it live on stream, or they can play however they want to. Up to the teams to choose who they want to show themselves. But I think that would be a fun way to do it. Have like have it live Twitch streamed or YouTube or Facebook live, and have like the links on the screen so people can see. So like your kid next to you can sit over there and be like, hey, go to that and ask this, and he can ask it. They can actually see it and answer you. I just think that that's a better way for the games to be more competitive, more fun overall. I think that's that. So that would be Saturday, just to have the championship game on Saturday. So basically, it's like a pick bowl. Like you could call it the pick bowl on Saturday, and basically that's just playing for who gets the most points for the championship weekend. Again, I don't. This is a weekend thing, and I don't think that winning the championship, the bottom playoff, I don't think that should give you the first pick. I think there should still be other things. So I would say set up like a skills challenge. Most people like watching the draft. Most people like watching like skill, like the auditioning or the conditioning and all that stuff. I would say just make the skills challenge the bottom four teams and let them accumulate points through the weekend. And I would say that would be what would get you the first, second, third, fourth pick. Um, just because it just makes it more fun. And if you do lose the championship game, you can still get the first pick. So it gives you more incentive. Say make a bench press challenge like 225. You can time it, or you can put the how many can you do? Add them up. Maybe have each team pick 4 players. So maybe add the top 3. Take away the bottom one. Have a 40-yard dash. Have your 4 fastest people run. Drop the bottom, and then find a way to accumulate that into points, and then add it in. You can have a QB throw competition. I used to love watching that back with they had Jeff Garcia, Rich Gannon. They had those guys. They were fun because they were just launching the ball, what every kid did in their front yard. So I think that having a skill set, and then what you can do, just because the NFL needs to, it always says it wants to engage people, what they should do is starting week 1, maybe to I'll say 17, 16, so it gives you a week to kind of figure it out. But up to week 16, I say that there's a forum or some sort of voting on ESPN, NFL, somewhere, Facebook, anywhere that they can actually make the vote legitimate. And I think they should have certain skills challenge, and you can vote for them. We can all vote for them, and we can vote for the 4, 6, however many skills challenges they let the teams do. We can vote for what they actually do. So you'd be like, yeah, I got them doing that. I got them doing that. Again, the more engaged we feel, the more loyal we will be. That's just point blank period. The weekend needs to have meaning to watch it. Like when I turned it on, just the energy was gone. And I admit I didn't watch any of the other NFL Network stuff. And I usually stay on NFL Network 588 when it's NFL Sunday. So it's just not interesting. Like I would prefer to watch a fantasy, Matt Berry, than watch the Pro Bowl. It's just they need to make it meaningful. At least when it was in Hawaii, they would do the camera pans, and you would see the backdrop of Hawaii. That was beautiful. It was nice. It had an exotic feel. Now it's Orlando. It just has that feel of like another game on TV. Just taking up a time slot. If you have something that like a movie or a show that you'd rather watch, you would use the Pro Bowl as your last. And I just feel like it can literally be like one of those all-day things where you have like your kids, in the yard setting up the skills that they think they're going to do just to try to emulate them. It could be something. Engage them. Have like a live channel where people can submit their 10-second skill set, them doing it, against like what the NFL's doing, and side by side play with it. Make the kids feel more engaged. I think the skill set could be a real big thing. I know a lot of people love home run derby. I love the three-point shoot around. So I'm saying the NFL needs to have a way of making like people engaged, and I just think that could be a really good way to do it. And then basically after you have all the skill set, take like a couple hours, and then have like an award ceremony. But don't do like the counting behind the closed doors. Count it out in the open, like on the TV. Like give it like its own coronation, like its own ceremony. You can have one of the teams pick captains, and they can do something. They can play a game of horse to who gives out the award. However, you can find a way to do it. Or you can bring like another person in, like Michael Jordan, and if you can beat him one-on-one, or if you can score 5 points in 21, something to where it's like, wow, you got somebody, not like I love the players. Herbert's great, but it's just lackluster. So I want to be more engaged, and I want the NFL to understand that. I'm sure that people want to be able to engage and ask those questions. It just needs to change. That's just all there is to it. Hell, you can have a game of dodgeball instead of the flag football, and I'm sure for the number 1 pick over a weekend, people would watch the NFL players playing in a game of dodgeball. You could still do the 7-on-7, and that would be something that people would be like, yeah, get them. Because, you got some of them guys are fast, and it's just fun to watch them. And when you get to see them outside of the pads, like it's a different person, but it's still fun to watch. So basically, I'm for the change. So NFL, Roger Goodell, Stephen A, make it happen. Give us a way to engage with the players. Not the players too, but give us a way to engage with, I guess, like the admin of the NFL, so that basically we have I won't say a voice, but we can say voice. Yeah, we do have a voice, so we can just say our opinion. You don't have to take it, but it's just one of those ones that it's fun knowing that it was an option, and that's it. Nothing more. $1 billion company. Most of us don't ever feel like we're gonna reach you, but that's still a fun one. So basically, let the viewers decide a direction on the NFL. Again, if the more engaged we feel, the more loyal we will be to the NFL. I'm speaking of somebody that has watched it since the 90s. Every year, all year, I collect. I'm a PC collector. Just the viewers want to be more engaged. And I do have one more last. Hear me out. This is quick. I kind of have this one in a format, so I just so I don't get off. The overtime rules need to change. Each team needs to touch the ball. I'm with 100% saying the defenses need to step up. Don't get me wrong. I just believe that at that high of a level, the NFL, each team needs to get a chance. And what I'm going to say applies only to the playoffs. And I think that it should be this way. But each team needs to touch the ball. I would say adopt the college overtime rules, but for NFL, start at the 20-yard line. If you score a field goal touchdown, give the other team a chance. If they do the same thing, basically at that point, what you would do is in the second overtime, they must go for a 2-point. All right, and let's say they still ended up tied. In the third overtime, now because they're still starting at the 20-yard line, now you only get 4 attempts. So wherever you land, that's all you get. There is no first downs. And I would say after that point, if they can set the records, let's set the records. Let's hit 5 90-yard touchdowns, 80-yard touchdowns. I just feel it would be better if each team got a chance to touch. I'm with Josh Allen when he said that he would have been celebrating the same way if they won. I 100% believe that. That game was beautiful. The Bills in Kansas City. When it comes to masterpiece, Mahomes, 13 seconds left. I don't think you're gonna really do things like that, and that is crazy. But I would have loved to see Josh Allen with how he stepped up to get a second shot, just to do something. So the overtime rules, I would love to see if it changes. I just feel it would be more exciting. Again, that's only in the playoffs, and that's only my take. So, but I do appreciate you for listening. So let me know in the comments, or if you do see this anywhere else, let me know what your take is on the overtime, or even in general, how the Pro Bowl is, because that was my number one gripe. Like, I love football. I watch it every weekend. I bet on it every weekend. I hate for whatever reason, I just never watched the Pro Bowl. And I've been talking to people about, I've had different ideas on how's a better way to actually approach it. And that's my favorite one. So I want to see what your ideas are. So if you have any ideas, or if you have any kind of criticism, I'd love to hear it. Just so I can see it in the comments and I can bicker back and forth with you. Again, the Pro Bowl sucked this year. And even if you go online and search the last 10 years viewership, the Pro Bowl is down. So let's see if we can't try to get something to where we can get the NFL kind of let us get into their ears so that they actually start listening. So I do appreciate it. I just love to hear what people think. So if you do see me comment, all right, peace.